No?
Greetings, King. Greetings, Queen.
Positive energy in, brother
Positive
and
energy.
sisters.
How y'all been, man?
I've been good, man. Gonna be better tomorrow and the next day.
And the next day and the next day, right? Um, quick info for those of you that were looking forward to the sexual energy live. It has been postponed till the 21st, this next Saturday. Um, I want to apologize. Unfortunately, life flows a certain way, and sometimes, you know, the universe show us that we're not in control, so we just flow with the flow versus aiming to be the flow. You know, that's what it is. But we're gonna touch base on a new live. The topic tonight is individuality. We're gonna touch base on what's pretty much been transpiring around this, the chaos and the chaotic individuals, with this so-called, was it coronavirus, and how everybody's out of their comfort zone and they're going crazy and they're just followers following another follower that's following another follower and so on and such forth. Whatever. Rich,
Mm.
let's talk about the individuality, man. What is an individual? Talk to me.
You know me with words. People that's been listening to me, or
Oh
let me
man.
just give you a recap.
And we don't care if you get in your feelings. Get in your feelings.
Ooh, and those of you who Jermaine just explained the postponement of the other topic, but I'll be talking about a little sex in here, so it's not going to be totally out of it.
Yeah, it's gonna be
But it
totally it's gonna be totally out of it. It's not
not
gonna
on my side,
not gonna
not
be the
on my
same.
side.
It's
But
not
this
gonna be the same.
individuality is not going to be the same, no. But this individuality is like that word has been so abused, along with friend and love and meditation. Those are four words: meditation, love, friend, and individuality. It's been so abused, it's almost lost its meaning. If you look at that word individual, it actually means to be undivided. You know, a child is undivided. A child tells the truth all day long. An adult lies all day long. But, as you're growing up as a child, you say, I can't wait to be grown, be an individual, do what I want to do. I want to have no more bosses. And as soon as you get and then you find out the older you get, the more bosses you have, especially when you're so called on your own, individual, mature, and you're doing everything everybody else is doing. You hate your job like everybody else. You're taking the same medication as everybody else. You're trying to get out of this matrix like everybody else. You're wearing the same fashion as everybody else. You saying the same prayers as everybody else. Uh,
The lashes, the artificial hair, let me not take it there to get jumping here tonight. Um, the makeup, yeah, like who are you?
you are not an individual, first of all, because you're following in politics, you're following in line with politics and religion and government, and the corona crisis and the swine flu, coronavirus and Ebola, AIDS and HIV, same games, different names, and same panic, same crisis. And you,
Same moves. It's like you can't even call that shit chess. That shit's checkers. Like the tactics is the same, and like y'all fall for that shit all the time. I've seen people fighting in Walmart for toilet paper when the cart have like 20 toilet paper in the cart. I mean, cases.
Yeah, why is everybody buying up so much paper towel? What you gonna do? Turn yourself into a mummy when you get it?
Nah, they gonna wipe the corona out their ass.
Oh, that's what it does.
I don't get it. What's up with that toilet paper? I don't get it. I understand the water. You got to stay hydrated, but you know, your water
You
ain't
know,
water. Your
but
water ain't
but
water.
you go to the market. There's no paper, but there's Clorox on the shelf, and there's Lysol. There's all the things that help kill germs.
Wow. Isn't this a germ? Isn't it a bacteria? Oh, it's a virus, right? Oh, it's back. It's behind a Lysol can. So Lysol is good for that, but everybody's buying a sanitizer and like go wash your damn hands, man.
I mean, the moment that you can walk and talk and do little things for yourself, your parents are telling you wash your hands, wash your face, brush your teeth, change your underwear, and now people acting like they just start doing it.
Nah, cause some of them, I ain't gonna generalize the race, but some of them just go in the bathroom and walk right out without washing this shit. Cause I guess they think they shit smell like pine sol, and they don't have no bacteria. So, they're saying the Chinese man is eating bats and blah blah blah, this, that, and the third, but they just as nasty, king. So, man, what's the individual?
Exactly. It's just what is love? What's a friend? What is meditation? They abuse these words, but the individuality is they'll tell you quicker than anything. I'm an individual.
I'm
See,
a grown
I'm an
man, Rich.
individual. I'm a grown man, but you wearing your pants halfway down your ass, and you got your baseball cap the same way everybody else. Your pants the same way everybody else. You got the same medication as everybody else, but you're an individual. You are not undivided. That's what that word means. An individual is not doing what everybody else is doing. An individual is not in the fabric of the matrix in terms of trying to support it. And an individual is not voting. And the individual is the reason why an individual is an individual because they're aware of what's going on actually, not what their perception is not managed. If you're voting, your perception is managed. If you're in a group, your perception is managed. You are not an individual if your perception is managed because you're doing everything everybody in society. You're following society's fashion plate. Individuals don't do that. Individuals create the fashion. They don't follow the fashion.
Ah,
Individuals see why people are buying up paper towels and they don't follow that.
and
Individuals,
and as an individual, I'm laughing my ass off, but my bad.
it's
It's
funny.
pure entertainment to me, but you know,
Yeah,
I'm not attached to my emotions. Like yeah, so I'm numb. That's what they say, so I guess that's why I'm laughing. I'm numb. I'm numb to it all. So, my
it is comedy. It's like Feast on Cops. If you had all of this on video and speed it up, and you see everybody scrambling eggs, grabbing paper towels, running up, they trying to save themselves, killing each other to get paper towels.
seeing grown women jumping another grown women for paper towel, tissue. What is the tissue for? I'm confused.
We know what paper towels and tissue is for, but the thing is, people have been following government, religion, and people have been they let people tell them what to do with their lives all their life, and so when a crisis comes, they just make up stuff.
But
They
wait,
just
Rich.
panic. They
But
just
wait,
panic.
Rich. But wait. We know they know what to do with tissue, right? But the panicking right now is pretty much allowing people to buy up all this shit. So like if you're unhealthy and you're not eating correctly, I know you're not passing stool 3 or 4 times a day. Why do you need the tissue? For your nose? That's what I'm saying.
Right. But it's just a panic. It's fear. It's the action of fear. You'd be surprised when somebody gets scared. They start doing all kind of stuff.
Is that
Oh,
water
it's
you
the
drinking water though?
But with let me enter. Okay, with fear, with all this panicking, it does something to the body. So the person that wasn't normally passing stool per day because of the anxiety, they shit on themselves. Their stool, their body starts to regulate. You know, uh, this whole thing astrologically. When I said last weekend, the new moon was coming. It's a moon in Virgo, and it's about health, eating healthier, and practicing hygiene. That's what Virgo is about. You know, it just so happened because everything that's happening now, there was a movie about it in 2011. Um, was it Joyce Myers wrote something about it in her book that there was going to be a virus in 2020. It was it Joyce? No, Sylvia. I'm going to get the correct name in just a minute. But this was already put out there in the universe. It's just a copycat and it's just pushing it out there because there are other things that are happening in this world that are pushed under the rug and people are not paying attention to those things. So this is like a distraction, you know, but it needs to happen, unfortunately.
why would you say it
Everybody,
needs to?
this is going to teach human how to appreciate each other's company. Notice you cannot gather. There's no more gathering of people, you know, because of everybody's on social media. This is the energy that they put out in the universe. This individuality thing, because they're trying to create an individuality personality on social media. So this is what we manifest in some kind of way. You get what I'm saying? So now the social media, if you want to start a business, jump on it right now because people can't gather anymore. They want it to become stars in their own way. This is it. It's like what we put out there, it just slowly manifests.
I think it's the best opportunity to come together as a people and get rid of this. The people that's really controlling things, the people that's making us pay for a free earth. Don't perpetuate the monetary system. Don't perpetuate the lack of individuality. Don't perpetuate it's just about my belly. How about coming together? We're all temporary.
Yeah.
How about coming together and getting rid of this royal family, this world of make believe, this this secret societies, this money. It's enough on the earth for everybody. But this way of life, how about coming together and getting rid of this limited way of life?
But togetherness starts with the individual, doesn't it? Because sickness within the individual is what severing our ties. Because you have sick individual that's performing and thinking that it's normal to do what they're doing and walk and talk the way they're talking, and they shit on the next person because they lack not only empathy but they're following to the point that they can't see that they're blind because they think it's normal.
Yeah, it's like what we were saying earlier. What makes somebody panic? What makes somebody scared?
Fair.
Fear, but how does fear? What is fear? What is
Fear
fear?
of
How does
not
it form?
knowing.
Yeah, but how
Fear
does
of
it
not
form?
knowing, because okay, you that remember you said some people are not, they think that they're an individual, but they're really not. So, and it's going and it's following the matrix. It's the rat on the wheel, you know. So you're going with the wheel. It's fear. It's fear of a lot of people are screaming that they don't want to die.
But what is death?
Death is birth. There's everybody's gonna die one day, you
But
know. So it's
but nobody
mhm.
knows what death is because everybody is living right now. Everybody is here. Everybody is supposedly alive, even though they're dead souls. They're alive. They're walking around. They're breathing. So why you fearing something you have no experience on?
You just said the word, man. You just said the word of where how fear forms. Experience. I don't want that experience again. I don't want to experience. They create an illusion from it. Fear is really an illusion, but we make it real with action. We make it real with illusion. It's really an illusion. It's like when people have trouble with relationships because the image of the relationship is not manifested, and the fear comes from that same illusion, and then we battle something that's not real. That's what fear. That's why you can't pay attention with fear. You can't love with fear. This is why the universe and fear don't occupy the same space. Fear is a created thing from insecurity.
And
So people,
programming.
right? So people think that this is why they follow the politicians. This is why they follow the government and all these groups because they think it's security. This is why they're running over each other, getting paper because they think it's security. It's like everybody's hanging off a cliff. When you're hanging off a cliff, you'll grab anything. And this is what's going on.
One of the,
They've been following other people's advice all their life, and then when a crisis happened, oh, you're on. You know what it's like? It's like these women and men that have kids, and the kid turns 17 or 18 years old. Okay, get out and get a job. You're grown now. But you've been telling me what to do for 18 years. How am I gonna do that? And that's what we're going through with these grown-ups. They've been listening to religion, governments, whatever, all their life, being told what to do all their life. Now you're in a crisis, and the government is actually saying you're on your own. When you're in a crisis, you're really on your own.
oh shit! Wait, the middleman disappeared.
Yeah, yeah. What?
Oh, when everything is smooth, the middleman want to be there, but when it's a crisis, the middleman wants you to stand up for yourself because it's you for yourself, right?
Exactly.
It been
Because
you for yourself,
it's been you
right?
for yourself. It's
Exactly. It's just that we miss the connection with other people. So you have to crystallize the love you have for self with meditation, with eating correctly, with balance within you. You got to even be careful what you think because that's not flowing, right? So you give yourself all this unconditional love and somebody comes along and you pretty much you pass it forward because it's not really that you say you genuinely love this person. It's
Mhm.
because it's generally you. This is naturally you. So how you are is what you're going to pass forth. Period. So it's like an added attribute to the other person. Like, you know what, yo, I care about Queen, right? Because I care about myself. And the way I want to be treated, I'm going to treat Queen as such. So I'm going to lift her up because I know I lift myself up. That's why I say that love never stops; it continues, and that's pretty much what it is.
Yeah,
Everybody running around and the animals and the birds and the trees and everything is just going along with their day like they normally do. No days off, no panicking, no fear, no nothing. They're just being them. They're making sure that you still get air. They're making sure that The sun is still shining like it normally do. No days off, no nothing. Like you said earlier on our prior conversation, Rich, this earth has been abused so much. And if we drop and chip our knees up or get a cut, it's the end of the world.
You know that one of the most dangerous things you can do in your life is to follow anything, let alone a person. Because when you hungry, only you feel it. When you in a crisis, you only you are in that crisis. You know, and if you don't have a relationship with the universe and your heart, you're in bad shape in times like these. Because uh humanity is supposed to be spiritual, most intelligent beings ever on the planet. But you don't hear on the news that 2,000 giraffes just fell dead, 4,000 elephants, and there's no more wildlife, and the birds are getting sick. You know, you're not hearing any of this. The world and nature is going its merry way. The earth and nature is going its merry way, while humanity is slowly self-destructing with this so-called knowledge, so-called insight and spirituality. Oh, we know Jesus, we know Allah, we know all these things, but we're self-destructing. And the earth, the, our time here compared to the earth, you can't compare it. We just got here yesterday compared to how long the earth been here. And look at what we're doing with the little time that we had. Just so a surface nuisance, you know? This is actually all we are. We're not individuals. We're a surface nuisance. And it shows, you know? But it's like, who's the real virus? The people on the earth seems like they're the real virus. Maybe the earth is getting rid of its virus called the people, you know? And and we're collaborating with these blind demonic creatures. And it's like Nikki said earlier, how about taking this time to come together in any way, shape, or form? But no, we're not going to do that because World War II didn't teach us. World War I didn't teach us. But now we're in World War III, where the war is against us. Yeah, the poor people. The rich people don't need us no more because they got technology. They don't need us to work. They don't need us to be an extension of their ideas anymore. So how about create a virus and get rid of these poor people?
And if they want to take it into a black and white thing, I mean, or if they want to go on a racial standpoint, African Americans in America are they segregate themselves. You know, it's sad, and I just hope that this will help everybody to formulate a union and make them stronger. The any other race, I'm from Jamaica, right? Any other race, they support each other. The Mexicans, they support each other. The Asians, they support each other. And I think you guys probably have discussed this in shows. You know, every individual race supports each other. When it comes to African American, it's just this tug of war. You know, like you said, they're fighting over paper towel instead of being like, uniting. Like I went in the supermarket and I got pushed and I said, "Excuse me." So my sister was on the phone and she's like, "Why are you saying excuse? Did you push the lady?" I said, "No." But I don't know what that person is thinking at that particular time. And I don't want to cause any more disruption than whatever is going on. So it's easier for me to say, "Oh, I'm sorry," even though I wasn't in the wrong. But it didn't make that situation escalate. It dissolved it, you know?
But that,
And that's
but you just proved my point. You just proved my point, Queen. When I said when you have certain things about yourself and you walk in a certain way, when you have that conditioned love for yourself, right? It's easy for you to pass it forth. Nah, you can continue. Just wanted to say that.
Yeah. I mean, I stood there and I looked and I was just like, wow, it's so amazing. And instead, the school that they go to, I've seen them unite together as African American, and it's a reflection. They called us, to make sure we had internet, just little things like that. That is what we need to do, with each
But
other.
but look at this too. We don't have an identity. We claim to be individuals, but we don't have an identity. Like right now, if you ask somebody who are you, the first thing they're gonna give you is their title, right? Oh, this is the
Their
name that
name.
the name the parents give you. But really sit back and think about, who are you? Are you the one that's aware, or you're the one that's experiencing what's going on? They can't tell you. Look at our kids. Our kids is just probably just looking and laughing because they're still gonna be doing what they're doing. They don't give two shit what's going on. Like they wouldn't know about no coronavirus unless you tell them about it or they learn about it in school.
Hmm.
And that's us programming them and putting the fear inside of them.
No, but I didn't program them. The school did, and you know what I said to them? Because the youngest one woke up and he's like, he went to sleep with it on his mind. He woke up in the morning. He's like, "Mommy, did the coronavirus go away?" I was like, "No, honey, but it's not going to." I have to put positive energy in them. I told them that they're protected by the universe. As long as they keep themselves clean and do what they're supposed to do, it's not going to it's not going to get to them, because I don't want to put that fear that I put into them, like, oh, so don't go outside and don't do da, 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 da. I don't even let them watch the news. What that is going to do is put them in panic mode. And then that the law of attraction, they would attract those energy to them. And that's not what's happening here. They're good. I said, your ancestors are protecting you. I said, the universe is protecting you. And mommy's right here. I said, anywhere you go, mommy's right here. Just do the things that mommy tell you to do, and you're gonna be fine.
That's cool, but that's still a form of programming, Queen. Like no, you didn't say anything wrong, but you finished up with just do what mommy says and everything is going to be fine, right?
Because mommy is their guide.
I
And
get that. I get
mhm.
that. The point I'm making is this: watch them when they wake up. What's the first thing they do? You hear laugh.
Oh, they don't think
You hear
about it. I
laughter.
know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Laughter. They playing amongst themselves. You know.
No, but they even repeat what I said. Oh, Jatam, remember mommy said we're not gonna get it because God is protecting, you know? So they still have that power in them. Like, it's not going, I'm not defeated.
But they
I
know
have
what it. They know what it is. Like we don't have to say anything to them. That's what I'm saying. They know within themselves. It's kind of like when I was saying, like when I was in Jamaica, like I didn't know half of the shit that I know now as an adult because those things weren't being pushed on me. Like I learned more about STD, AIDS, and so on and so forth when I came to this country, and I knew it was there, but they allow kids to be kids. We go outside, we run up on dung, we play, we drop, we chip, we come home, we eat, wash off, we go sleep, so on and so forth. But now it's like everybody's biting on everybody else's word. Like we read a book as somebody else's word and we don't question it. We be like, oh, that's what it is. And this is right. And you're wrong. And I'm this and I'm this. And but guess what? Like Bob Marley says, when it rains on one man roof, it rains on everybody. And when you no longer in your flesh, you go back to the earth. Everybody goes back to the earth. I don't give a what amount of money you have or how great you think you are or whatever. But we act like we're smarter and bigger than everything that's around. Like we acting like we're better than the rock. We flow better than the river. We flow better than the birds and the trees. And they're following natural order. We're the chaotic. We're the chaos.
Look, every we're the only ones sick. Birds and giraffes don't get sick. They don't need psychiatrists. They don't. need psychiatrists for the psychology, for their psychological stability. They don't need a doctor for their biological stability. They don't need a job because their food is free, their nest is free. They're allowed to build their nest without a mortgage loan.
The reason for that is because some animals, their senses. Humans are I think human and I think monkey are the only animal that has um a large amount of senses.
That's
You know
bullcrap, Queen.
what?
That's not true. Look, it's not true.
Okay.
Why does a bird, and I'm not attacking you. You just having knowledge here. Like, why does the ducks fly south for the winter? Because they're in tune with the universe. And if
Okay.
and look what
Mhm.
they do. If one can't make the trip, one will stay behind with them until they die, and then they leave. That's genius to me.
It is, but I'm saying the level. Okay, a normal human, they say we have up to six senses, correct? We don't know how many senses does a bird have. I'm just saying they do have a more. They have a different level, but it's how many. We're talking about the amount that we
Why
utilize every day.
why must we put an actual amount on it? And that's the thing. We're the
Hmm.
only one that attaching amounts and labels to things, right? It's like me and Rich be making fun of this all the time. And I say, yo, Rich, they walk in the dog and think they're smarter than a dog, but they're picking up the dog shit. Who's smarter? Those are
Yeah,
things I look at.
you know.
You're smarter than the dog, but you're walking behind and picking up his shit.
And what if the alien seen that? Who would if the alien wanted to take the smart one? Who would he take?
Oh man, things are just funny when you look at them in a deeper level. I swear.
But humanity, we got this thing called identity. Oh, I'm better than the chimpanzee. I'm better than the bird. And we envy the bird because the bird can fly. So we make an airplane. So we do have a sense of compassion and knowledge. But we've abused it. Knowledge has made us idiots because everything we create in science we use for war, to kill. Now we can create viruses. We can create bombs, and somebody created the gun. And all this is used to destroy. So knowledge has become a problem. We tell our kids we've become so double standard and dualistic and confused. We tell the kids, you get A's, do great. Then when they get A's and start speaking great, now you know it all. Don't be a Mr. Know It All.
Perception is crazy.
Oh, you're a Mr. Know It All now? You know everything? Well, you told me to study and be smart. Just get out of here. Go get me a beer.
The craziest thing I used to do, man, like I was so against crying. I was so against crying. It's a natural function of the body, right? So it's like picture causing your kid harm and then telling them to shut up. How ignorant am I? Like, I just hurt you. You're in pain, and I'm telling you to be quiet.
Oh, I used to get it all the time. And it hurts me when I visit people that have kids and the kid is crying in the room. They shut up. They don't even go see what's wrong. I get up and go see what's wrong. And then they want to whip me. Where you going? That's my kid. Nobody.
I've been at that form of immaturity. I've went through my climax of unbalance, chaos, um, and most of the time it's from other people. Like, not only just taking on their energy, but It was the norm, what I've seen growing up and what I see in front of me. So I create this ego and I adapt to it. So it's like nobody really gets the real me unless I truly show it, because I'm mimicking what they're giving me, you know? And what I've noticed now is like being truthful and speaking the truth, they feel like it's sarcasm. So now I'm like, what is the point of opening up if I'm opening up and you feel like it's sarcasm or it's
But you,
dry humor?
if we made such a mess out of disrespecting black women, we made such a mess out of disrespecting the planet. We've made such a mess out of disrespecting the universe and the stars, and not paying attention to the invisible. When somebody's lied to all their lives, by the time they're 14, 15 years old, they don't trust anything. This is why they rebellious with their parents by that age. I mean, just just look at somebody who's been lied to all their life. And with this, see, when I was growing up, we didn't have the internet. I had to find my father's porno under the mattress, or I had to look for it. It was like an Easter egg hunt every time he left, right? So I had to find my big brother's porn and find. Now they can just push button. They can put a name in there and it'll just come up. You know, I was lucky if I found a porno book with a black person in it when I grew up.
Remember the cable box where the screen used to turn blue like once it comes on?
Oh yeah, yeah. The turn blue. You know you watching TV sideways.
Yeah, like beating it like, yo, stay still. Stay still.
But I'm saying, coming up, what are we really learning? What are we really learning coming up? We have to show our children what learning is. See, children got to find out what learning is on the internet. We didn't have that coming up. I had to find out about sex through books and through, talking to kids lying about sex on the street, you know, and you learn about all these things the wrong way. But learning, we got a crisis going on right now. Everybody is so programmed to listen to authority, which is false, they don't know what to do. So a kid must know what learning is early. And what is that? If a kid asks their parents what is learning, the parents can't tell them. Well, do what the teacher says. Do what I say. Is that learning or imitating? When I'm doing lectures and doctors are there, I'm like, and doctors like, well, where's your degrees? And this, where they try to embarrass me, I'm like, well, if I don't have a degree and I'm wrong, I have an excuse. What's your excuse for not curing anything with 14 degrees, with 14 magna cum laudes, and traveled the world and worked on and dissect everything that moved, and you still can't cure and eliminate anything, and you still can't even get along with your own kids and wife? So have you learned anything, or are you just imitating? That's not learning. But as Africans, when the African mother told the kid to go around to the bend of the river and come back, and they go around to the bend of the river and they come back, and he said, what have you learned, son? I learned that the frog does this and the giraffe does that, and the river bends this way. That's learning, because you see it for yourself. Your perception is not managed. But we put our kids in a situation where all their perception is managed, and they're just imitating. So when a crisis comes and they feel it, they don't know what to do. So they go to drugs. They go to a crowd. They go to the military. They go to, you know, a job. But it's like Nikki said earlier, if the black people come together, this is the best time right now. Why? Because talk about individuality. The universe didn't make nobody more individual than black people. We're the only dark people on the planet. Everybody else is light. This is the
Is this
best time, any time, to come together as black people, especially.
Hey Nikki,
Yes.
is the sun racist?
No.
Okay.
Huh?
It removes impurity, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's the best. It's the best time. I mean, every post I've come out with, I'm challenging the government. I'm challenging religion. I'm challenging all of this so-called authorities that we come up with. Because when a crisis comes, it shows you how weak they really are. It's like having a loving cat, and then you corner it, and its true nature comes out and scratch your eyes out. See, when a crisis comes, don't we find out how the president and government and all these so-called psychiatrists and specialists don't know what the hell to do?
In actuality, it shows you that they're just like you. The blind is leading the blind.
And
Oh
what
man.
make it so bad? Why don't they come on TV and be like, you know what, ladies and gentlemen, the White House, we don't know what the fuck to do.
It's controlled. It's always controlled. If you make it where it looks like you have your shits about you and put everybody else in disarray, you seem like you're the most sensible one. So it's like forming Voltron. You're the head, right? So everybody follows the head. But peep this. When your bill is due, matter of fact, it's kind of like the post we spoke about the other day. All who has faith call your bank and say, hey, have faith that I pay
Right,
that car note a year from now. Have faith I don't pay
right,
the light bill for a year. Have faith
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't pay the water bill. Have faith I'm gonna come into work in the next 2 years and you still pay me. They look at you
Hey,
like you're stupid.
that's why I say this is the best time to challenge him. You know, me, you, and Nikki go up there and we have a press conference and say, Mr. President, everybody grew up on this belief system. Remember, they tell us no matter we're not discriminating against religion because the Catholics and the Buddhists and the Jehovah Witness and the Jews and the Baptists and the Presbyterians and the Islam, they all, it's a belief system. Even our government and our bills is a belief system.
But wait, another thing. Everybody discriminates against these so-called carbon men, right? Aboriginals, African Americans, a term that was created by we that's another whatever. Everybody discriminates against, but the system that everybody's following belongs to who? Who created it?
Yeah, it's false authority. It's all created.
Okay.
This is what we've done with our knowledge. What we've done with our knowledge, we created this crafty intellect. Let me create religions. Hey, come over here. I got the goods. You depressed? I can tell you like this. Pray to this. And have they create we create these illusions, these belief systems.
Go on your knees. Close your
Go,
eyes. Why should I
go on
close
your
my
knees
eyes?
and say,
And
you know,
pray.
now is the time to call all of these so-called specialists out. Didn't you tell us to pray before we go to sleep? Didn't you tell us to pray before we eat our food? So why are we with this virus? You already told us to wash our hands when we was 2 years old.
Wait, another thing. Do you ever see a lion hunt a gazelle by closing his eyes? Or move with his eyes closed?
Oh, but we do everything they tell us to do. It's like this, but they say have faith. They love this belief system. But when you say I can't pay this car note until August, have faith. Repo man be waiting for you at your house.
Like you just fed his kids. You just fed his kids. Oh man. I remember one of them told me some shit, man. I was like, I resented that motherfucker. While he was taking the car, he's like, man, I appreciated you. You just made my kids Christmas. Thank you.
Look, this belief system,
Yo.
all black people should come together off of this belief system right now. Because when you have a real crisis, the president ain't gonna have a chance to come up with no press conference and tell you what. That's when you really know it's bullshit. I mean, we don't have any money left, but he comes out of the limo or out of the chapter or the helicopter or the Air Force One, and him and his whole crew is clean. When him and his whole crew is like come out of a hoopty or catch the bus there, then I believe there's no money.
Wait, it was funny too, right? Like I've seen this post going around where they said he shook somebody's hands that had the coronavirus. How come he don't have it?
It's you got to stand in awe of how they. You know what? These story, the big people, the wealthy people that really run things. I used to do parties for them. Okay, I was. They were so rich they didn't even notice me. I was just another Negro on the piano, entertainment. But they get drunk and I'm listening to everything they saying. I learned this firsthand. They're so wealthy. The wealthy people don't drive. The wealthy people don't know what a supermarket look like inside. They fly planes. They don't drive. They they're so wealthy. They look at us like a video game. Let's put this out here. Let's put it, and we let them do it because we think progress is a house and a car and a couple of steaks in the freezer. We think that's progress. Now
Hey,
the
man.
rich, now the rich people that's controlling everything. Oh, it's too many. We can't control all these people.
Hey, man. Still waiting. I'm still trying to find out who's the Joneses. Where's their address? Where's their address? Because we've been trying to keep up with these motherfuckers for the longest, and nobody knows who the fuck they are.
Man,
Who's the Joneses?
you know what?
Come on, fam.
We
Oh man.
we we run away from being an individual. Being an individual is the solution because you can see through somebody that's in a group, but you can't see through the quiet individual. The last person you want to have a fight with is the quiet individual.
A secure individual as well.
Yes, the more secure you are, the more quiet you are. And but they want everybody to follow this, to panic. You think they're gonna let their hands off our throat now that they got everybody panicking? They can eat. They can let. Who knows? These people might have said, you know what? Let them just buy up everything in the supermarkets, and we're not gonna refill anything, and just watch them just destroy each other.
Wouldn't that work? Wouldn't that work another way as well? Picture us not buying anything and holding on to that fake money we work so hard for.
That's what I was saying. That's what I was saying when Nikki brought that up earlier. This is the best time to stop feeding the beast. How about we come together and work this thing out ourselves? You know what? We all going to eat right. We're all going to follow our own individuality. How about that?
You got something I need? How can I get it? I got this. You might need this. Let's trade for it.
Yes, yes.
Let's
How
trade for
about
it.
that? If people came together and they created a whole new city of just helping each other, they'll drop a bomb on you.
Like, we got to create chaos. That's why within certain corporations, they will never tell you you're doing a great job. So what they do is they keep you at a certain level, and then they come and say, oh, you can always grow higher than the position that you're in. So, even if you can work overtime and kill yourself and miss time with your family and do this for the company, right? But they never pat you on your back. if you're sick or you're dead, what do? They send a card to your family, or you've been there for how many years? They just give you a pink slip. They don't give a shit about how your family eats or what
No,
they need. If you die, they ain't gonna pay for your casket.
they don't care about us. They don't care about us. Like I said, they've abused the black woman. They've abused the earth. They're in violation. The last thing I'm going to do is listen to these people. But here's the thing, though. See, we're never alone. The universe is always on your side. This, whatever they do, is going to eventually backfire.
It's
They're
backfiring now.
backfiring now. So if people come together now, because the good people say, well, what's the good side of about a crisis? People told me there's no good side to this crisis. I said, oh yes, there is. Because in a crisis, or like at the end of every war, the righteous increase. In every crisis or war, everybody finds out that you can live with less. You can be happy with less. They learn the biggest lesson of life, that less is more.
Tell that to the woman that's bought up like 60 bottles of milk. Where's she going with all that pus? Within 2 weeks, it's gonna spoil. Did she check to see if they got the same date?
You know, the stuff that they're buying is gonna make
Oh
them
man.
sick.
Oh man. Oh man. Hey Queen, you went total silence. Where you? Where are you? Oh man, this thing is pure entertainment. And people's like, yo, I'm so detached. Like this guy is numb. He has no empathy.
You know,
Nikki. Oh man. I guess she's taking care of the boys, so
when less is more, when people find out less is more, it's a beautiful thing, man.
yeah, and some of them gonna look at it like, what the hell is he talking about? What do you mean less is more? What is Rich talking about, fam? Like what? Less is more. Nah, I want everything.
Everything. Yeah.
Everything. I want everything.
You know what the biggest brainwash trick in the book is? The biggest brainwash trick, the biggest hypnosis in the book is to make somebody think that they don't have enough. You know, we're born with everything we need, but we're conditioned that we don't have enough. You're conditioned that you're not adequate.
Even righteous minds go through it.
That's where all the seeking comes from. If I'm secure, I don't seek. I'm free.
If you blind, you don't see either.
But you look at life deeply, and you're comfortable. You're secure. You know that's why people think freedom of choice, freedom of thought. There's no such thing. You don't choose when you're clear. If I'm
I'm
secure, soon
learning
as
this.
soon as I say, soon as I say I need to seek that, I become insecure. No matter how you look at it.
I'm learning so much, man. I just go around like I'm a sponge, as if I don't know nothing, so I can, you know,
We should approach every day like the nature has something to show us every day. But no, we can't learn nothing from nature, right? They don't teach us anything about nature. So stay away from those nasty animals. But they're the only free thing on this planet.
like like I woke up this morning and I looked at the trees and I went outside and put the dog outside and the sun came up pretty much around from the house. It's been there, but I just started staring at it. Like it becomes so natural now where my eyes don't even water anymore. Like, and the deeper I look, I can actually see like little rings around, like radiating off of it. It's when you're paying attention, man, and when you're not speeding and you slow everything down, you won't miss anything. I used to always wonder, my oldest son, like I used to wonder like why he never goes to sleep. Like he just wanted to see everything, right? And as soon as we get in the house, he would fall asleep. And we used to try like, hey, just go to sleep, man. Go get some rest. He would just be there like looking through the car window, just staring. I'm like, this kid is a beast. Like he's been up for however long, and our silly self, like, go to sleep, man. Like, go get some rest. You don't want to sleep. If you wanted to sleep, you'd have went to sleep.
Exactly.
Like, man, I've done some dumb shit in my life, man. Like seriously, like now looking back, like at my past experiences, like even even scuffle with their mom, like just looking at like now I'm looking at like all that shit was like unnecessary.
Now looking back on it, huh?
Seriously, like it's with maturity you view things like it was a waste of energy, and anger begets anger, so it doesn't there's no value in it. You're the one that's the resource, you hold the value. It's like it's kind of like going into an establishment. You bring the value to the establishment, not the four walls.
Ah, exactly.
It's paying attention, man. It's being aware. It's being aware. Everybody want to tell you how to do it, but they have never done it. If I'm programmed, you're programmed, right?
So and see, when you're an individual, that word means undivided. If you're an individual, the number one thing that your number one action is awareness. How can you be aware if you're a follower or a part of a group or somebody has to tell you what to do all the time? You're following the fashion. You got to have your pants sagging down like everybody else. You got to look and sound like everybody else. It's real bad in the ghetto because that low vibration just stays, just perpetuates. See, how you doing, brother? Oh shit, man. They curse themselves. They curse the day. They curse what they have on. They curse when they have sex. Oh shit.
Coming. What used to kill me? What used to kill me, right? What used to kill me, right, King? This is what used to kill me. Have you ever asked someone how they're doing or how their day's going, and what they said? Better than I deserve.
Yeah, man.
If you don't know what the fuck you deserve, how is it better than what you deserve?
I mean, it's gonna come to a point where you ask somebody how they doing, you're gonna pull out a gun and shoot themselves. I mean, it's like how negative can you be? But when negativeness is all around you and you hearing lies all day and you can't see no way out, you can't say, "Hey, how you doing, man? I'm feeling great." How can you say that?
They gonna look at you as a weirdo. you saying you saying you're great is like putting a bullseye in your forehead.
Yeah, you ever see ghetto kids? You take them to Walt Disneyland or something, or they don't know how to act because everything is too joyful. That's not like that where they from.
Like y'all punking me, man.
You know, Mickey Mouse come jumping up to them, say, "Hey, what this motherfucker on, man? Yo."
they probably they probably shoot that motherfucker. They probably shoot his ass. Oh man, that's hilarious. That's
But it ain't even got to be black. Anybody that comes up in an environment to where it could be poor whites, poor Jews, poor anybody. Y- Ain't nothing happy around you.
oh man, I love my peoples. Man. I love my peoples, man. I love my peoples. but we have to pay attention. I can't even say we need to wake up because nobody is asleep. We have to pay attention. You know, we have to pay attention, man. Like this shit is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Oh man.
If we,
And then you thinking you're healthy, right? But you buying up all these poisons, you know?
you know, Jermaine, how are you gonna know what to do in a crisis when somebody told you what to do all your life? How are you gonna know what to do about anything when somebody told you what to do all your life, and then all of a sudden you got to do it on your own? How you gonna be an individual when you've been a follower all your life?
Mary said, "What's up, King?"
Mary in the house. I wonder if Mary got all his. Did he get run over by people trying to get paper towels?
He probably laughing his ass off. oh man, this is funny, man.
I was in the market the other day, man, and I'm telling you, I had no problem getting what I was gonna get because I nobody's gonna be buying that anyway. But when I got to the line, man, these lines, everything was full, and people had 2 or 3 carts, man.
Yo, I'm getting hot. I'm getting hot. Shit. Go ahead. Go ahead. Nah, I'm just getting hot, bro. I don't know what it is. Just start getting heat, like ancestor pointing heat on, like, yo, you talk that shit, youngster. Talk that shit, youngster. Go ahead,
People,
continue your story,
people
King.
had a cart full of milk, and they had a cart full of meat. They had a cart full of cheese and pop, and people, when you're aware, I mean, you're intelligent, brother. Mary's intelligent, brother. I mean, intelligent people look at things different ways. We're no better than nobody else, but it's people out there that really think that like the end of the world right now.
You know what's beautiful to me? Like I like seeing different things. I like watching different things. And one of the things I like watching is to see how people react around the world, right? And they have these beautiful videos, right? Where you might have someone in what do you call it? Like the Soviet Union or probably like in Thailand or China, wherever else. And they live in a village, right? And they build like the most exotic like pool just using mud and bamboo and what's around them. Or for instance, have you ever seen how they fish? You know how people eat Mentos and drink Coca-Cola? They use Mentos and Coca-Cola to fish. They throw it
Mm.
in the fish hole. They put the soda in it and drop 2 Mentos, and the fish is to start popping up. Things like that intrigue me.
But a crisis is good because people learn to be an individual. See, you can't learn to be an individual in school. You can't learn to be an individual in society, but you can learn to be an individual in a crisis.
But look, to my point, they look happy as hell. No, seriously, they look happy as hell. He's smiling. It took him a couple hours to get it done, but he got it done. He just relaxed. He's just relaxing, chilling. Or they hunt what they eat. Not, they don't kill 5 or 6 snakes They kill one, you know, they take enough for the village, and they're happy.
They're happy, right?
So imagine if you put them in a chaotic society, they probably go crazy.
But we're unaware. That awareness is a big word. It's a big action because we're unaware that we're programmed to be greedy. We're enticed to be greedy. You know, a child learns greed. You know, it'd be like, I have enough. And then somebody say, well, you know, Greg got more than you. He got 10 more than you. I'm going to get 11.
My favorite part in Dancehall Queen is Jamaican movie. dude dude named, was it Priest? He looked in the roster's plate. Said to the roster, yo, Dread, oh yeah, get more flour than me. The Dread looked at him and said, that's iron, my youth. he asking the man how he got more dumplings than him. Versus looking at it like, bro, you're eating. Does it matter?
Hey, we learn that comparing, man. Once you start comparing, it's a wrap.
Man. Everybody's watching everybody, right? Everybody wants to be like the next person, but not everybody is built for what the next person is built for. You know, if that was the case, everybody would have it, right?
I hope people, I hope people learn that being different is the action of individuality. The natural action of individuality is being different. It doesn't mean, but see, when greed and all this jealousy comes, that's when you turn that individuality into uh, being better. You're concentrating on being better than being different. There's nobody better than another. They're just different. And when you learn how to use your differences together, now you can enjoy this earth.
The beautiful thing is that what we really need to look at is it's like a puzzle, right? And if it's kind of like a clock anyway, like you need all gears to work together, right? Like everything turns the hand. Like if one piece is missing, it won't function. And that's how we need to start looking at ourselves as a people, because you have something I don't, I have something you don't, somebody else have something we don't,
Mm,
you know, but together, all of us playing our part
exactly.
make us stronger, make us,
Make us individuals.
you know, it's man.
But if somebody is running things, Jermaine, the last thing they want is individuals.
Yeah, that's when they get me. And how they define me is like, yo, this guy, he bitches a lot because he say it like it is. He don't kiss ass. He don't follow the rules. Now, I'm following the rules. It's just that I think outside of them. You know, like you're not gonna tell me to jump, and I not say, what do you mean jump? Why would I jump when I can actually step around that? You know, they
No,
don't like people like me.
do it like this. Do it like everybody else.
Like this and like that and like this. And what's funny, right? What is one thing that we love that we all have in common, especially as men? We love sex, right?
Oh yes, of course. Women love sex too.
No. Let's focus on the men right now, right? All right. But when we get outside, what do we do?
When we get outside,
Yeah. After you done fucking, you get outside, what do you do?
I give an imaginary high five.
No, I just wanted to show how
I
we
do
all do
cart.
the we all
I
do the
do
same
cartwheels.
thing. We all do the same thing,
I do
right?
cartwheels.
Okay. A man in the midst of having sex with a woman, right? He's somewhat discombobulated. Like in the heat of the moment, he's head over heels. He's a fool for this love, right? Because he's hypnotized. He's going through the motions, the kissing, the touching, and the rubbings. As soon as he busts that nut, what happened?
Oh, the whole mentality changes, doesn't it?
Oh, he turns into himself. He's now focusing on himself, right? And the
It's
women
just
do it too, to the point where they be like, "Yo, oh, this is still in the bed sleep. Yo, he gotta go. Like,
it,
hey, I just called you an Uber. It's outside. Later." She might want to cuddle. You might want to, you know what I'm saying? So it's like once he gets
but don't
that,
even be looking for it. You don't have to look for your stuff. You'd be like, where my shoes at? They
that shit is
right.
that there. Everything is lined up for you.
Get your sorry ass out of here.
But
This leading on to next week's live. You know that, right?
I'm just saying. I'm just look at it, man. And then like earlier too, like you want to speak this thing like I'm not saying all women, but some women they would say, "Oh, I didn't tell him to do such a." Yeah, I know what y'all doing. You know why you put your makeup on a certain way. You know why your dress is that short. But when you get the attention, you be like, "What you and about?" This is the picture you drew up. You were the canvas, and you started painting, and now you're getting the attention.
You know, it's a lot of psychological things with that. It's a lot of, I mean, sex is a natural. Our glands is filled with it. It's a natural urge. But when we put goes back to my book, it's called Beyond Thought because when thought is a controller, so thought will try to control the sensation of sex. That's when you get that's when you get oh I got to do it upside down. I need two or three more women. All right, let's do this.
Hey, and a woman will have a man feeling like he a superhero too, even when he not shit, right?
Oh yeah, even when he ugly, right?
Like, yeah, baby, you the shit. Like, keep it going. You're doing your thing, and
Yeah,
really in their mind, she's like, and a man can tell when a woman is trash too. Like, she not moving her hips a certain way. She just stiff. Like, yo, she's hurting my pelvic bone. Like, what the yo? I gotta teach you. Like, calm down, slow down. Let's do it. And you know, like, yo, what's wrong with this shit? Like, we are the funniest.
the sex is a funny thing anyway. It'd make somebody tell the truth too. The
It's
man
barb.
could be the man could be ugly with a peg leg, and if he's doing it good, the woman would just scream it out. Oh, you peg leg ugly one.
Oh man. Oh man. Only a mental RollaDeK. Yes, Rich. Let's continue talking about the individuality.
Sometimes you don't want the sex to be too good because she gonna tell the truth. She's gonna tell you the truth if the sex is good. I'm tell you right there.
Oh man.
So don't be broke because she gonna scream out, "You broke, no job, fatherless."
My boy TK, my boy TK Kirkland. Who raised you? Oh man, where Nikki went to? She needs to come back in here. She needs to come back in here. Oh man, life is pure entertainment. We need to stop taking life so seriously.
And you
We
know, you're not gonna have
just
no choice in a minute.
just stop. Just stop taking it so seriously. Because what we don't enjoy now, at some point in our life, we're gonna wish we enjoyed it.
And but we are in a crisis right now. People are
Right.
losing their jobs, their health, their minds, their illusion of security. People are really losing it out there. It is a crisis. I mean, I'm a little older than you guys, but when the last time you guys remember that the NBA was canceled or sports arenas and stuff was canceled?
It was a
If
couple
you,
year back, right? It happened a couple year back when they had the lockout, but not like within the severity.
oh no, I'm talking about for a crisis, not since 9/11. If you was old enough in 9/11, it was the first time. Look, 9/11 was the first time you could look in the sky, you didn't see one plane. People didn't know exactly what was going to happen. And if you keep track of this government and their tricks and their trades, every 20 or so years they come out with a crisis like this. 9/11 was the last one. That's about 20 years ago, right? So, they're on schedule. But nevertheless, we are in a crisis and people are losing money. Businesses are shutting down. I mean, it really is. And it's never seen it like this. I don't know how bad it's going to get.
Hey, Rich, hold it down for a second. Talking to the Kings.
Yeah, this crisis that we're going through is showing us some things that we never seen before. Some people that probably in their 30s, businesses are shutting down. You can't find anything in the supermarkets. Used to be it, we normally used to go into a market. If it's not at that market, we'll go to another market. Now everybody's out of everything that they're looking for. Canceled the NBA season. They postponed the NBA season. They're postponing events. All of these things make big money, big, big money. People are losing their office jobs. People are losing their bill money, and it, and there's a lot of people panicking out there.
Hey, Rich,
And yeah,
do you know the United States have actually went through 47 recessions?
yeah, but look at the big ones. Like look at the ones like this. I mean, I know somebody that's like in their 90s, but the stock market crash of the 29,
That was
9/11. Yeah,
the first one was in England, wasn't it? Don't
I'm talking
oh,
about the United States.
oh, the United States.
Yeah, the stock market crash, 9/11. Things that happened
Yeah.
that nobody was prepared for and nobody thought it was gonna, that never happened on our soil. You know, uh, there's been viruses, even like HIV, swine flu, but there was this. I think this is the first sickness or virus or disease virus that has shut down like big events, sports events.
Not even anthrax did that, right?
Yeah, remember anthrax and
Don't
this,
open your mail.
right? But this one, it seems like everybody is just, you know, rushing to judgment on it. Like it's just gonna, it's like the end of the world, almost like 9/11. Kind of eerie, It was kind of eerie walking around with seeing no planes.
It's funny how everybody was talking about conspiracy theories, but those conspiracies are, yeah, truth, right?
Well, just look at every 20 something years, something's going down the world.
It's not even just that. Why do we believe the lies so much, but when the truth is in front of us, we discard it?
Yeah, but see, we living in a time to where you can't tell the criminal from the from the righteous one.
Well, because they wear suits and their eyes are blue,
Yeah, they
or
both. The criminal with the suit on is worse than the one with the hoodie.
are they are they copper color and they look just like me and you?
The you know they call it the coronavirus, but who's the real virus?
Who names a virus that, bro? Like, think about it. How these viruses have a specific type of names, bro? Like, come on, fam.
Well, Corona beer is not having no fun.
Oh no, I've seen so much memes about that. Oh shit, they had that shit sitting in the fridge by itself in a corner, and all the foods have a mask over there. Everybody's separated. There's so much memes about it, but man, the crazy thing you just got to look at, and that just proves to you that these things are man made because they're the names that they have. Universe ain't creating shit and giving it a name. Because by the time it hits you, if the universe ever does it, you're dead. And I
So
mean dead by your flesh. Your flesh is no longer, your energy is still here, but you're dead.
the universe don't communicate in words. It's just action. So if it doesn't call it rain, it just shows you the clouds and the air, and the clouds get dark. And then the water hits.
You know, it's funny as well. You remember I was what year did this movie come out? Like was it in 2002, 2003? Um what was that movie? Was it End of Days when the world was being hit by tsunamis or whatever and everything froze over? Like you had dudes walking from Staten Island to Bowling Green, and all these movies like, oh, these things are supposed to happen and blase blah, this that and the third, or Y2K, or there's aliens. What they gonna say? That we got aliens next?
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Like,
It's like when you do these parties in Vegas, or at the time I was doing them in early 2000s, mid 2000s. You meet all these great people from the military and from who runs these big who runs these who runs CEOs, people that sign the wealthy's check. It's They're like 40 years ahead in technology, but they only give the society it late. They got stuff going on to where they can make something look exactly like an alien landing because their technology. We have cell phones. They call it smartphones. You know, they name everything for a reason, just like the coronavirus, like you mentioned earlier, Jermaine. See, everything has a reason with them. They call it a smartphone because it's going to make you dumb.
oh shit, smart water, but there's nothing smart about the water. um, it's funny, man. It's really funny. Like, and it's sad because we're so gullible. You know,
Why? Well, why? Why are we gullible? Because we're not individuals,
everybody's a follower.
right?
What did they say? In order to be a great leader, you have to follow something, right? But within the same sense, they also said a man that stands for nothing will fall for everything. So if I'm following something and everybody's a follower, am I not falling for everything?
Forget about all the complications. Just don't follow anything.
But look, but I'm making a point. But look at what's going on right now, right? People say they're not followers, but we're following everything, right? And then within the same breath, they're like, yo, man, if you don't stand for nothing, you don't fall for everything. And you're like, wait, what? Aren't people falling for everything right now? Isn't that why Walmart just hit up? It's like the toiletry industry just made multi amount millions of dollars just now within what, a couple of days.
You know what? They learn from us following and being dependent on them. They're gonna create another virus, they just for business purpose.
What was the shit? What was the first virus before that? It was freaking.
Ebola.
It was Popeyes. Nah, the first virus that came before this one was Popeyes. Yo, the people was fighting over a chicken sandwich that company made in a weekend $23 million, right? What was in your chicken sandwich? It's up to this day I haven't had one of those chicken sandwiches.
Oh man, you know what? People thinking that's why I say don't go for the okie doke. The virus is in the food. It's not in that. Because when they get the virus, they're gonna be like, "Oh, I wasn't washing my hands enough. I should have had a checkup. I thought it was a cold." No, it's what you were eating.
And the other shit too, it's not just that. They might come with an antidote, and you might pay some like an extraordinary amount of money for that antidote, and that antidote might not be an antidote. It might just be the original virus.
What other antidote? What have they cured? They have cured nothing in history.
Oh shit!
How are they gonna come up with an antidote when they have cured nothing in history?
Rest in power, Dr. Sabi. Salute, King. Salute.
Thought cannot create life.
Oh, they're damn sure trying.
Oh, they're trying, yeah. Knowledge can't create life. So the medication cannot heal you. It can hold something at bay, but only life creates life.
Stay on medication for a little bit. Let's have some fun with medication for a little bit. Have you ever seen those infomercials where it says, "Hey, we have this. Do you have, say, smallpox or chickenpox? Well, we've created an antidote called Rich. The side effects of Rich may cause you a runny nose. You might bleed out your ass. You might you might mess with your bladder might, but it will cure it. You know, if you're having any symptoms, please call your nearest physician or a doctor." Have you ever heard all these different fucking things? They cure one thing, but it has like 20 side effects.
It doesn't even cure. See, when the body, they got people so programmed. You talk about individuality. You talk about not being an individual. I'm old enough to remember when they put a medication on TV back in the day. Back in the day, they used to do this. They used to bring on a smoking commercial. At one time, people could actually smoke on a commercial where they sell Camel cigarettes, Winston's, and all these cigarettes, right? Then the next commercial, they show a medication commercial. And then they whisper all the side effects real fast in like 3 seconds, and then the commercial goes off. Now, they don't even whisper the fine print. They'll tell you straight out, "You so stupid and programmed, we know you're going to buy it anyway. If you a male and you growing titties, you know, it might make you grow titties. It might make you go whatever." They don't even hide it.
Wasn't at one point didn't Bayer's the aspirin actually they found the strand of HIV. I think it was either HIV or AIDS in it, and they paid millions and $1 million to cover it up. And guess what? They put the same shit back on the market. So they still got Bayer's aspirin in the store.
My thing is, half the dudes I went to high school with is in prison for selling weed. Now the government is selling weed.
And that's some shit. So why don't those brothers come out?
You know why? Since when the government start caring so much about health? When
For them.
when salt and sugar has killed more people than viruses, wars, and drugs put together.
Lemonade, that cool, refreshing drink.
We gotta win this race, Elvis. We gotta win this race.
We're gonna. Sorry, excuse me. Yeah, Yo, Elvis couldn't even act, right? And he said he sung all his dialogue. We gotta win this race. Hey, Keiko. Hey man, stop making fun of people's misery, man. Like, why you laughing at people's
It is.
misery,
We're in this too. Shoot. Might be the next live. I'm doing a live by myself, ladies and gentlemen. May Jermaine rest in peace. He caught the new viruses coming after the corona. He was always ahead of his time, so he caught the.
Corona, my ginger, my Dettol, and my bay rum. Corona, these nuts.
He caught Corona Part 2.
Oh man, Corona Part 2. You just. Hey, Rich. Okay, go say hey. Hey, y'all. Hey, Keiko.
Hey, Keiko, how you doing, Keiko?
Oh man, this has been fun. Uh, it's been fun, man. You guys always making fun of people, man. Why are you making fun of your own folks?
You making fun of dead Elvis, man.
Man,
Why
who?
you making fun of a dead white man, man?
A dead who?
A dead white man, man. I swear for God and 3 more white people, man. That's
Oh snap! Hey, you know it's funny though. I've heard so many what you call it? You know, hey ma, I love you. This is when he used it as an example. My dudes is like, Jesus is gonna get you. You gonna learn. You gonna learn to stop playing with God, right?
and my aunt was the same way, man. That
What?
aunt had me so scared. I was more scared of Jesus than the devil. My aunt be like, "You gonna do that? Don't eat that. I told you not to eat another piece of cake. Jesus gonna get." I thought Jesus like the biggest, baddest hitman in New York.
Hey man, when I started talking to the universe, I'm still waiting for something to happen. But yeah, I've seen more manifestation through my own thoughts than I've actually seen through this actual individual that they mentioned. But let's stay on point. Stay on. It still falls into the individuality, but you know, let's not go there because they're gonna meet us up outside and beat our asses, man. The way we be talking.
Ain't be no what? It's like everybody in the big prison now. You know, it's like people used to sell weed on the corner and heroin or whatever drug is out. Now you can get like a whole box of toilet paper and sell it on the corner.
Yeah, not if you so-called black, you can't.
Or some sanitizer.
Oh, that was some funniest meme ever. Like dudes is putting the sanitizer in ounce bags and putting it on a scale. Took a picture saying they sell it like this is sanitizers on the internet for like $100 a bottle, fam.
You know it's going to be a big crisis when how the females going to look when they run out of makeup and hair color and
Hey man, hey man, I'm not touching that one. You starting you starting some sheesh. You starting some joint
like
right now.
you talk about going back to the motherland.
Oh man, you got
There's no electricity. You can't shave nothing.
let your bush grow, ladies. Let your bush grow. Oh man.
We got no more razors. You know, people. That's what you talk about being an individual. You learn how to be an individual in a crisis. You're going to be shaving yourself with a broken piece of glass.
Oh man. Ladies look at you like, you think we savages? We gonna do what with a piece of glass?
And you're gonna have no more toilet paper. You're gonna have no more razors. No more
Hey,
makeup.
no more weaves.
No more food. No more food. It's gonna be a bunch of skinny, hairy people.
And I'm gonna be outside eating a leaf, just laughing. Like this, he's still laughing at us.
They gonna kill you and eat you.
Hey, they can take the flesh, they can't take my spirit.
Yeah, that's gonna be your last words.
But like my last word, I'm like, how do I taste? I taste the alkaline. It's so alkaline. I'm alkaline. Y'all gotta catch me first.
Where is this going? You gotta. Where is this? We know where 9/11 went. What was the purpose of 9/11? They brought in this Taliban terrorist. Remember?
There was no such thing as terrorism until
9/11, right?
yeah, George Bush.
Now check it out. They made friends with the Taliban now, and now the Corona comes out. What's going to be the Corona? The Corona is war against us. So you think they're going to put their foot on our neck and not let it off? And let it off? No, they're going to be like, it's going to be some type of law, something that's going to, to make people more or less of an individual, and more dependent on government.
But look how funny this is, right? When the enemy sees that they're losing their power, what do? Let's instill some more fear, right? Like I've read an article over the week, and the article said it was a Chinese doctor. He said they don't know what's going on, why so-called blacks are not catching this virus, right? And within a couple hours of him saying that, right, you heard 2 so-called black NBA players caught the virus. So
I mean, that's a whole nother live right there, because I know an inside track to that.
Oh man, so now, blacks can catch it. Like, we were walking around like we were big shit, huh?
Yeah, only blacks over 6'6".
You got jokes. So what, you like 5'5"?
I'm
6'3". So what you trying to say?
I'll never get it.
Oh yeah, I thought he was nervous for a second. Yeah, calm down.
Only people 6'3" and up.
6'3" and up. Damn, Rich, you throwing me out there like that? What's up, King?
Cause your head, because it's airborne, and you get that high elevation air.
Yes, miss. I'm 6'3", 9 centimeters. Here we go. Don't start.
She asking for measurements?
Nah, I just said I'm 6'3". She put it on there with her eyes up in the air, like, really? You 6'3" now?
That means he's Corona ready.
I'm Corona ready, Rich.
Yeah.
See, I'm getting everything up there, huh? I'm getting everything up there.
6 feet. Now everybody's happy that midget.
Nah, because the midgets is gonna catch it first. Oh, that's not politically correct. Little people. The dude that's 6'3", Corona gonna bounce on the chest. And
yeah, stay there.
It ain't gonna last either, because I stay hot. I'm always at 100 and something degrees. I heard it can't survive in 87.
Oh, that's the ongoing theory now?
Yeah, look how beautiful the universe is, right? We're in March, right? We're in spring. Spring starts on the 19th. So officially the new year starts on the 19th. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, y'all been programmed. Welcome to the truth. So the new year, not the 19th, the new year starts on the 21st of March, right? Okay. Summertime is right around the corner, right?
Okay. I'm listening.
Can't Georgia get hotter than what? Georgia normally be around 100 and something degrees. You're in Vegas. How hot? What's the hottest Vegas have gotten?
Got up to 129.
Shh. you ain't gonna talk about Arizona. You can cook a whole meal on the floor. Hey Keiko, how hot does Tennessee get? So my point is, just look how the universe flows, man. Everybody running around like the shit is hot shit, and it can't survive in a certain temperature, right? Thank the universe. You're all welcome.
This temperature is keeps it at bay.
Evidently, that's what they're stating.
And what about electricity?
Electricity? I'm all electric, baby. my heart is a conductor. It's a generator per se. So, yeah. And this is an antenna right here. So if you got short hair, you can't, you're not in tune. Grow your locks out. Hey Rich, I'm gonna leave you in this one. I'm about to talk to my kings. So keep them entertained. Yeah,
Who's online?
Talk to Keiko.
Keiko, why don't you come on, Keiko? Keiko likes sitting by the side eating popcorn, listening to us. You watching Netflix? We're better than Netflix. I'm not catching it because my energy won't allow it. That's right, Keiko. Disease cannot live with positive electricity. Keiko says her energy won't allow it. Good. Keep that positive energy flowing. Keiko, you're in Tennessee. Yeah, it gets hot there too. We're talking about individuality today. How the word is abused like love and meditation and friends. Abused so much it almost lost its meaning. Individual. I'm an individual. You hear that all the time. That word means undivided. So are we really undivided? That's a question we all should be looking at. Are we an individual if we follow what society says do? Sing us a song. Oh, you want me to sing? Keiko was like, what Jermaine is like. Jermaine is 6'3", so he's always ahead of his time. He might be catching COVID-20.
You a real piece of work.
Everybody got COVID-19. You got COVID-20.
Holy shit.
We're talking about an individual. I'm an individual. See, y'all followers, y'all got COVID-19. I got COVID-20.
20. Yeah.
That's right.
Okay.
COVID. And that's the worst COVID, the black COVID-20.
You're going to catch the black. Because once you catch the black, you can't go back.
Can't go black once you catch the black.
You want to catch this black? Come catch this black.
Can't throw it back. Can't throw the back. Black
once
back.
you buy, you cannot give it back. You have to keep it. You playing shit from the Twilight Zone? You playing shit from the Twilight Zone? You're funny. You're funny, Pete. She said, "Are we still talking? Hey, are we still talking the Corona, Rich? Are you off that?
The Corona?
Yeah. What's the? Oh, You got any lemon? Get a lemon. Corona tastes better that way.
I don't think. I think that's the first thing that suffered was the Corona beer. Like that's the first thing you seen. Like no, everybody said fuck Corona.
Oh man. Oh man, that's some funny shit right there,
You know,
bro.
that's why, I say we say look beyond the surface because there's no such thing as a bad habit. It's so deep. I know people that can't stop drinking beer, but as soon as the coronavirus came out, they was like, fuck Corona.
She's not the baddest bitch on the block no more.
You see people are just going up to the bar, give me some milk.
Matter of fact, I take a Modelo. Oh snap! Give me Modelo, more Modelo, more Modelo. Even the Mexican, he say, "Fuck that, papi. Me no do no Corona. I know it's my beer, but no, no
No.
Corona, no Corona." You think they give a shit, man? Man, man. We're making fun of this, but this is serious. Like, this is really serious.
It's like 9/11, but
Really,
it's like 9/11, but like the plane could run in your house at any time.
really, Keystone, Rich, the
That's what it's
military.
like.
You saying the military gonna run in our house because you know it was military that ran in it. Wait, what? I was thinking that. I didn't mean to say it out loud.
Too late.
Hey guys, I don't want no smoke. No smoke. No smoke. We're happy and we're healthy. We're funny and we kooky. We're sitting on the live, laughing at you. Nah, let me stop. Really? Keystone? Oh man. Hey Rich, you ran out of content? What's going on here?
Hey man.
You guys, I thought you guys were scripted. You telling me you guys are doing this organically? You will
Well, who
never
knows where this is gonna lead?
find teeth as white as mine. Blum 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 blum.
Never find a girl like mine. But who cares about you? Just like you. I'm not bragging on myself.
For those of you that are just tuning in, listen, we get like this. When it's the Wine Not Hour, we talk serious, but we get like this. Can't take life too seriously. Matter of fact, no. Let me reiterate. You can't take society too seriously. You know, too much programming, too much milk. Touch base on the weed you were mentioning earlier, right? Now that dudes actually have houses now, right, with different strands, right? That shit is legal too.
Oh yeah, man.
How do I get one of those?
You talking to me like I'm the weed dealer.
You the plug, you the connect, you got all the celebrities. Oh, and for those of y'all that's unaware, we're gonna have a celebrity live. Shh. Coming soon. Mental Roller Deck. She's one of the most beautiful things you've ever seen. Yeah, Nikki's back. We missed you, Queen. What's the word?
Bird is the word.
Bird. You mean the flu? Oh man. Where Rich went to? What's up, Queen? What's your
Hi, Keiko.
what you have to add to this individuality crisis epidemic pandemic, whichever way you wanna put it. Miss Johnson.
Right now, I think everybody should just focus on the people that are important to them, their loved ones, and just enjoy the moment. We get a vacation to spend time with family. So,
Thought you said you wanted a break.
well, the whole country got a break.
Oh man.
They got a break from working. I know financially that's a lot of people's worries, but
I'd rather have life.
mhm.
I'd rather have life. They should just
I
do it
think,
like how Italy is doing it. Shut everything down and pay everybody. Since they
but
can
look,
create money
you
out
see the
their
thing. What
ass.
look what China did. China, their their cases has decreased tremendously. So when because I was watching the news
Oh,
just
you
to
watch the
get
depression box?
no, I was gonna say just to get an update on what's going on, but looking at the charts and stuff. But that's what they're showing us.
I also seen an article that indicates that it's actually false.
And the reason why it escalated so drastically, that the it's because they weren't really paying attention to what was going on. They weren't addressing the issue.
But what's funny to me is there's another article that put out that states that they knew how long they had it. They knew what was going on.
Yeah, they just didn't take the
They, they
corrective
just they,
measures.
did, they didn't report it.
Hmm.
So what is it you should believe? Just like the government here, they're not telling you that there's a lot of people that's recovering. They just fixated on the people that actually died, supposedly died, or supposedly that's sick.
Two things that are happening right now. It's fear and ignorance. Okay, because you have people that know that they're sick, and they'll just deliberately go out there to get someone else sick, and then you have the people that are not aware of how sick they are, because they'll be like, okay, they come up with other excuses, you know, to self analyze, to figure out what's going on with them, and they don't really go to the doctor or get proper treatment. They just go about their day because, again, like Rich said, we're in this matrix, and this matrix is, you have people that are living from paycheck to paycheck, and by any means necessary, they have to get that money, you know. So they rather do that rather than look into their health.
But I think though, I've always believed that going to the. I'm not saying not to go to the doctor. Yes, I'm a man that does natural checkups
Mhm,
every 6 months to make sure that I'm
mhm,
Gucci. But
mhm.
I feel like the purpose of the doctor is to die.
The purpose of the doctor for me is to explain something that's unusual happening to the body,
But
right? It's to go, it's using science. Because if a person is not tapped into self and saying, okay, my body is off, this is not my natural cycle, this is not this, da 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 da, they don't understand it. I mean, going to the doctor could explain it, but
got a question since you're on
Mhm.
that and you stayed strong on that, right? How many times you've been to the doctor and they can't tell you what's going on with you? But what they can tell you is that you're gonna pay this bill, right? Like just showing up at the emergency room and you get slapped with a $1,500 supposedly bill, and but they didn't tell you what's wrong with you.
It depends on what type of doctor that you're going to.
Yeah, okay. All right. So me I go to the gym workout and stay in tune with me. All right.
Yeah.
Plain and simple. Hey,
No,
hey
I'm not
Rich.
saying for you. I'm just saying you have some individuals that you have people that are born with different things and have different illnesses, and rather than it's just different stuff, different lifestyle. Some people don't take the time out to even figure out what's going on with their body. They just work, they just become this machine.
The rat race. Hamster wheel, right?
Yeah.
But nobody came out their mom like that. It's kind of like our situation. Remember, with our son
Mm-hmm.
Javier, the whole situation where like when he came out and he had, was it supposed to be jaundice or whatever?
Yeah.
What did they do? And I didn't listen because I'm like, oh, just listen to the doctor, right? I'm like, oh, just listen to the doctor. Queen, just listen to the doctor. All you asked for
because at
was,
yeah
go ahead.
because at the time you weren't tapped in, and I needed your support at that particular time, because I just had this inner knowing that what was happening to the child, but
Stay on that point. So if you are in tune with yourself and
I
everything
don't
is
like
within
confrontation, and I've said it to you in so many different
and
ways,
everything is
and
in
it.
order,
Hmm.
you don't need the doctor. What did he say to us when you mentioned would if his wife would have told him to go get it? What did he say? You remember?
He just quoted, according to the Department of Health and blah 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 blah.
The pediatrics of
Yeah.
America. But when you
Hmm.
generally ask him, like, if your wife needed this, what would you do? He said, I would go and get it. But
Yeah.
within these four walls, I have to abide by the pediatrics of America. Right. So I'm not saying doctors don't have their place and they can tell you what's going on with you. Yeah. They can. And it's good to go see them in certain instances, but like to put your life on the line based off somebody that farts, shit, bleeds, cry, and get depressed as you, that's like you putting your entirety in the pastor. He's going, excuse me, it's a middleman.
Checking,
1 2 1 2.
and you don't stop.
Yeah, fam. Like that's what it is. See, and you said it. You made it very clear. You said you knew something within yourself that this is what I needed at that appointed time. Right? So with that knowing, if you know, there's no need to question anything else outside of yourself, because that was beyond your intuition, not only as a mom, but it was just natural flowing.
But I mean, I fall into the category of, with being submissive. It was, I made a choice. I wanted to, but at that time, Jermaine, I held you in such high regards, and whatever it is that you said, it meant so much to me. Even if I knew different, it was just to avoid conflict, and I submitted. You know,
And the funny
I
thing is,
submitted, and I think in what happened with the process of that relationship,
finish relationship.
because of certain. So I dim my inner light. I dim my inner knowing. There are a lot of things that I was conscious of, but because, and that was a learning process for me.
But
Like,
also, right? within Hence's now, like even back then, I would tell you like, yo, like follow yourself. Like, don't even listen to even me, regardless of what I was saying. Like, we always used to fight about that. Like, yo, follow you. If you feel something, don't give a shit who's saying otherwise. Just follow you. And that's where it falls into individuality.
Yeah.
Because there's certain things that we know it doesn't matter what the next person is saying. Like, I was immature as shit. And the crazy thing about it was kind of chaotic maturity, because it's not immature whereas everything is hee, caw. It was immature on another level.
Yeah.
So if you would have told that Jermaine now that he would sit here and share certain things or highlight certain things about himself, he probably would have looked at you like, you crazy. Like, I was so closed off.
I know.
Rick, don't even come with that. Don't come with that shit. Don't even come with that.
If you really love me, tell me. Oh, and if you really love me, won't you tell me? Come on, Nicky, tell them.
What you want the corona? Like, you want people going around telling they love you?
And I won't have to be playing around.
Holy shit. Hey,
you
guys.
call my name, ooh, so sweet. And Nicky's complete. When your moon is clear and Saturn and Venus changes ways. If you really love me, don't you tell me.
Yo, fam. It's time for you.
If you really love me, won't you tell me? Come on, baby, tell me.
And the funny shit about it is, this is what Keiko was waiting for. All right, hey Rich, it's time for the summarization, man. Cut it out.
Nicky, it's Jermaine's baby mama.
I never liked that terminology.
And you know what? How can she like that terminology? Because, oh, baby, I just can't stand to see you happy. And more than that, I hate to see you sad. Honey, if you love me, I just might do something right.
Yo, what is he talking about right now? Oh man.
What's this strange relationship?
This strange relationship is love.
Baby, I just can't stand to see you happy.
How do we leave from individuality to love, B? Like, why y'all always changing my lives? Yo, what is wrong with y'all, B?
Love is individuality, honey. Yeah.
Love is individuality.
See,
everything is.
See, if you were flowing today, you could have had that live that all these females was waiting on. You know how many people was waiting on that live?
Yeah, thousands, millions.
Yeah,
I got on. We could have started the live. We could have.
Right.
We could have. I mean, sexuality is individuality as well. So.
We're not gonna do it. We're gonna save it for the 21st. It's not.
Well, sexuality. Everybody was waiting on the sexuality. Everybody in the house with the corona and was waiting for something to up. Waiting for they can't have sex because corona's out there.
Nah, it's funny. It's funny as hell. They said sex evades it too.
Yeah, because you're burning you're
heating up the body.
Yeah.
So sex stops it?
It helps to alleviate the symptoms.
Knew a girl named Nikki, I guess you can say she was a sex fiend. Met her in a hotel lobby, masturbating with magazines. She said, how'd you like to waste some time? But I could not resist when I saw a little Nikki grind.
Oh,
Next week,
we will be talking about
How Nikki grind.
sexual energy. Yo, y'all are you're peas in a pod. She wrote the same thing. That is funny.
next week. Oh, come back, Nikki, come back.
Hey, but with all sincerity though, who has the best lives? Who has the best lives?
Sex will take your corona out.
Hey, Rich, who has the best lives, Rich?
Happy people have the best lives.
Talking about
Best
lives.
best lives is
lives.
I know what he's saying, but
woke up the next morning. Nikki wasn't
there goes the
there.
Aries kicking in.
And all I found was a phone number on the stairs. She said, thank you for a funky time.
Do a freestyle, Jermaine.
Call me up whenever you want to grind.
Come on, let me hear it.
Uh-oh.
With the kissing and touching, and fucking, it's really... No. Go ahead, Rich.
No.
Go to the beat. I was gonna give you a beat to flow it to.
Listen, it's time to end the live. Cut it out. Sum it up, guys. Individuality.
Individuality. What's the matter with your life?
In order to become an individual, you have to tap into self. Get in tune with self. Self is what makes you, and when you're in tune with your inner being, that's what makes you an individual. When you understand your purpose in life and the path that you walk in and what you represent, that's being an individual, not what someone else depicts on you. You get what I'm saying? Not what your parents said. It's that thing that's inside of you that whisper and tells you what to do. And it don't look at the fear of what society is going to think about it. It's good to be weird. Weird is being an individual. Weird is the new being.
I mean, I look at it as just eliminate the labels.
Yeah.
Look at things for what they are. Don't try to judge it or title it. Just flow with it. Because that's what the sun does. That's what the birds, the trees, the earth, the rock. We're all pretty much in the same frequency, same energy. Ain't no one greater than the next one. Just flow and connect.
Yeah. And it's the same thing with relationships. Once you start putting certain labels and restrictions is a very important. It plays a major role. When there are too many restrictions on certain things, there's no more freedom. You get what I'm saying?
And the crazy thing about it too, like, and we will do a live in the present about it, because you gotta look, like, we went through our differences, we have our endeavors, right? But within the same concept, we're still close and we still know how to have dialect. We weren't the greatest at communicating either, because we're both strong-headed, so it was like a fight, you know, like literally it was like a fight. And look at us now. So the person you're trying to see within somebody else, you have to first see it within yourself. And sometimes as men, we fail to understand what it really is because we're fighting for that attention or that title. Oh, I'm a man. But the queen you're dealing with know you're a man. But take a step back and look at the gems within the conversations versus looking at the person that's delivering the message. Because sometimes our seeing that person is tainted, so we're not accepting to what that person has to state or how they want to deliver it. And I've been through that. And now pretty much what I do is what? If she's going to level 10, I'm like, you know, I don't want to disrespect you. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna hang up on you. I hang the phone up, but she's so freaking crazy. Sometimes she 34 missed calls. You listen to the voicemail, you piece of mother, and then like within 2 days, like nothing happened, and I'm like, get the out of here.
Because the reason why I do that, it was that moment. It was an issue. I wanted to address it. I wanted to take care of it. I wanted to deal with it at that particular time. I don't let it.
Amen. Don't believe that shit. When they say they want to know, I have a weird one. Or I know a weird one. So
okay, let me ask you this question, Jermaine. How
reunited
does two people
feel so good? That's funny.
How does two individuals unite together and formulate, and two people become an individual, two entities? How does that?
How do we do that? Pretty much by accepting you for who you are, not judging you, not putting a label by you, not trying to change you, knowing that you're the one that actually changed yourself, and understand and flow with your vibration, because I'm flowing with my vibration. So it's like the conditions are out the window, right? So once the conditions are out the window, everything just flows. But once I try to put my conditions on you, that create not only inner turmoil, it create turmoil within the fabric of the household or within the covenant. And that's what it is. Like, we have to start accepting people for who they are and stop looking at it based off of how society or your mom or your brother or your sister, what they believe. Because all the motherfucker that's giving you whatever they're giving you, they don't have the answer either. Like, nobody could walk around and tell you, yo, this is how it is to be a great father, because you're mimicking somebody else. That's just an example, because I'm speaking from the man aspect of it. But answer your own question.
I mean, I just wanted to ask you that to see what was your take on it.
And that's my take. When you're immature as a man, you will feel like the woman is trying to change you, but nobody actually changes, right? We adapt. So within that adaptation of whatever we're going through, we're reflecting everything else from everybody else. So the chaos that was created is from everybody else, because we don't know who we are as an individual, because we don't know how an individual act, because everybody's so programmed. So we're watching the TV and dudes that's wealthy saying, oh, this is how you should do it, and you put that, and I'm here trying to keep up with the Joneses, and you're watching the next woman thinking that's how you should be, but that's not what it is.
Okay, how about looking at it like, okay, the thing that I don't like about her, how about it's like trying on somebody else's pants even though you know it don't fit.
Shut up, Keiko. You said try on somebody else's pants.
Yeah.
I'm weird in my belief system. First of all, when people tell me to step back and put myself in somebody else's shoe, I look at that as being asinine, because you can never fit somebody else's shoe. People's experiences,
it's making an effort.
You can't make an effort to something that you can never live up to, and that's the issue. Like
But
people.
sometimes we don't know unless we actually make that effort.
So okay, here's an example. Let me throw that out the window right now. When you had our first son, right? Did I feel what you felt when you pushed them out? Did I felt the tearing, the moving of your organs? I never
No,
felt
but
that.
I gave you such detail.
Even with the details, you still can't do it. That's like a kid in college saying that he's an architect, but he has never.
Don't say you can't do it. It's using your imagination. So if you tap into that part, I'm telling you, it felt like when the contractions, it felt like when you need to take a dump and it's like cramping your stomach real bad and you can't let it out. Like I gave you details on how it felt. It's just putting yourself like, oh, that joker must hurt.
But Queen, the thing what I'm saying is, like, don't get me wrong, you're correct in a on a surface level, right?
Okay.
A man will never know what it feels like to give birth. It doesn't matter how much detail you give them. And the typical individual that are not trying to cause confrontation, he's gonna sit back even though he didn't feel what you felt and say, you know what, that must have hurt, right? And you're gonna say, you're thinking that he really gives a shit, versus me that's like, Queen, I can't relate to that, but I see it. It's just like if I'm cut and I'm bleeding, you can't feel my pain. I'm the one bleeding. So to sit there and try to visualize and put myself within that realm is to create a condition within myself. That's what it is. Sincerely, that's what it is. I'm not trying to make it seem like what you're saying is crazy. It's not crazy.
No. I'm not saying that. That's just who I am.
Okay.
That's what makes us individual, right?
But look at this though. When you sit there and try to put yourself in somebody else's shoe, doesn't it drain your energy?
It drains my energy and it also shows me my strength.
It drains your energy and shows you your strength. Well, when you take that energy on of trying to mimic that other person, it leaves you with what?
Understanding.
Besides
knowledge
the understanding.
about. Yeah.
Besides the understanding, what do you do?
What do you mean what I do?
I've watched you. You try to eliminate that energy. Sometimes that energy is stuck on you for a couple of days.
Yeah, but at the end, it shows me my strength.
But you had that strength before you took that energy on.
Yeah, the energy was different. It was foreign. It wasn't something that I was used to. I didn't know.
So,
and I didn't understand it. I had to. That's just how I learned. I learned by going through it.
Okay, that makes more sense. That makes more sense to me, right? So, for me, I'm not gonna take that energy on. Or if I take that energy on, I just let it go. So I would sit there, man. If you master energy transmutation, it doesn't matter stepping into someone else's shoe. It doesn't fit. That's why you got corns on your toes, because the shoe doesn't fit. I'm gonna force myself in your shoes.
But you don't know that it doesn't fit unless you go through it. That's what I'm saying. But with going through it, you're learning from it. You're learning. And that's sometimes when you do that, what you could do with coming through it is teaching that other person how to get through it, how to get to the other side.
You see why men don't let women in their space?
If you don't know me by now,
you see what? Yo, hey, Rich.
Will never know me.
Hey, Rich. You know it's funny. What's funny, right? That's why man don't let women in certain things, right? Because a woman be like, "Oh, you don't let me in. Let me in. Let me in," right? And as soon as you let them in, they come in, they start hanging up curtains. They start changing the colors.
But what does that do? It changes the ambiance. It raises your vibration. Changing curtains, hanging up pictures and all of that. It changed the vibration of your atmosphere.
Oh man, I was like, what if I like my boring setting? I like how my mind was. You know, it was boring. I know I could go in there, I could be at peace. Here she comes. Now it's all colorful and shit. Now I gotta be looking at this painting all day. She hang a painting up of herself and shit.
It's being open. It's being open, I'm saying.
Oh man.
So in
His
love
experience.
with you. Whatever you wanna do.
Whose man's is this?
It's
So
alright with
my thing is how two individuals come together and make and formulate an individuality. You have to adapt from that other person. The things that make that person strong, because we have strengths and weaknesses, and we see our strengths and our weaknesses in other people, and instead of fighting it, embrace it, learn from it, because that other person, her strengths or his strengths could be your weaknesses. So it's agreeing to disagree and accepting the good, the bad, and the indifference, and making it work.
Wait. Wait.
Okay, so you said it was chaotic. It was, and I was just like, wait, in the chaos, find peace in chaos.
Wait. Fam. Oh, bumbakla lang. Me I try get you for adapt to me. I'll know you not adapt. Don't go mute now.
How I have not adapt to you.
Yo, certain thing you go through, if you didn't adapt to me, it had a roll right off your shoulder. Like even this like you're caring so much when you're not supposed to care, and certain you're supposed to care so much.
Okay, there you go again. You just said do not change the person for who they are. If I'm a person that cares too much, okay, what you could do is like, oh my gosh, she cares so much that all of that care could just be for me. How do I make all of that for me and my family? How do I use her caring to make me grow? How can I use something that I don't want her to be so I could benefit from it, so we can benefit from it and become great? You get what I'm saying? How do I harness that energy that she has, that she's giving out to everybody else? How can I make it manifest for us? Because you see it as a weakness standing on the outside. How can you make it great?
Honestly, like I will always give you your roses. I've learned so much from you. I'll give you that, right? And so many things you've told me, I've taken it and made it my own. Man, but sometimes I swear, sometimes.
Notice, I know my place. Sometimes when I had to deal with certain things over the phone or certain people, I'd be like, Jermaine, can you do this for me? Can you take my car to the mechanic? I know I have a short fuse, like, when it comes to talking to those people. So I let you deal with it. I don't want to be too nice. It's not the time to be too nice. So I put you in front and be like, go ahead and deal with it. But then you're like, no, you need to deal with it. Just be an asshole.
Ladies and gentlemen, and back to the coronavirus and everybody running around causing chaos. fighting over toilet paper.
Could you be loved? Oh yeah. Could be lied.
I'm gonna stop talking to vegetarians because their energy
let
don't
them
ever
fool
stop.
ya.
Rich been like this since this morning.
Nah. Or even try to fool ya. Oh, no.
Man, this live should have been done like 45 minutes ago.
She got a life to live. Ooh.
Another one.
No,
And then you got
Keiko.
You got Keiko in the comment box double teaming me. Like,
You should just end this one and start another one. A freelance, free flow.
She is right.
It's freestyle.
Well, at least we had a soundtrack to it.
Wait. You think this is scheduled? You think this is scripted?
I didn't say it was scripted. I'm just saying, not putting a title, not saying it's about individuality, because then we have to, when we want to become ourselves, you're gonna be like, okay, so how do we wrap this up with individuality? And you're like,
you say you want to do another one? All right. Well,
now she's in the mood. Now she's in the mood to do lives now, huh?
Because she don't sleep at night. That's what that is.
No, the kids are in bed. The kids are asleep.
Now she's ready to do lives.
Hey,
see that?
So, kings and queens, if you actually want to pretty much obtain more information pertaining to our weekly live sessions, send me a friend request at King Jermaine and inbox me if you want to participate.
I mean, you could also ask them to send topics that they want to talk about.
We're going to keep that. We know another group that does that.
Oh.
So we control our
But
sayings.
it's not about another group. It's just a suggestion.
It's too boring.
No.
So we're about to start.
You know what that is? It's finding peace in chaos. It's finding a solution in the things that are like, you never know what you might do. Don't look at anybody else. Again, it goes back to being an individual.
And to my kings out there, don't let your woman in your room. She changes everything. And to all a good night, and join us on the next one. That's going to start in like 5 minutes.
Because